Good morning, Mr. President.
Great job. Wow.
Welcome.
Mike Graham. Wow, the Sucker Punch DJ. Great hat.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you. Listen, welcome to the Independent Republic of Mike Graham. You have your own republic, of course, over the United States of America. I cannot tell you how excited I am, Mr. President, to have you on. Tell us where you are, tell us what you're doing, and tell us what you're going to do for the rest of the day.
Well, I've been very much cloned, you know. I'm up here in Scotland, you see. If you see me floating around in the States, don't believe it's fake news.
Really?
It's very bad. I'm in a secret little hideout bunker in my golf course. I'm the intercourse champion, as you know. I'm very good.
I've heard that,
You know?
yeah. So you're up at Turnberry, by any chance? I was there at Christmas.
Turnberry, turn right, and you're there, Turnberry. Lots of cameras, so if you do 51 miles an hour, you're going to get zapped. So we're very much about disciplining you before you go out on the ninth and get a hole in one and a bruise in the other.
Absolutely right. Now, listen, I think we can now see you in all your glory where you are up in Turnberry. Let's have a look and see what the surroundings are. Very, very good to see you. I see you've got a nice hat on as well.
You see, I still got it. Yours is more current, you see, but we still want to make America great again, don't we?
We really do. I can now reveal exclusively to the world that, of course, you are Lewis McLeod, the famous impressionist, the man of many voices, the man of a million voices, in fact. I guess we could carry on as Trump or carry on as Lewis McLeod.
Well, I was just going to say, I'll just take this hat off, actually, because there you go. I need these on because I can't hear you otherwise.
It's hard to it's hard to put the hat on without the old without the headphones, really, isn't it?
I know. I should have really got a wig as well, but the wig I use for Trump is on loan from a brilliant wig maker called Alex Rouse.
Right.
And this wig is thousands of pounds. It's like I've got to rent it. It's like so expensive. But it's amazing, and it's made to my head, and they tweak it and add bits and take bits away and move it. They've got the flappy bit at the side when he goes up the stairs in the plane.
Yes. Now, of course, I mean, in the midst of all of this, we've got 6 weeks to go until the election in America, so you're going to be a pretty busy guy, I would imagine. In addition, you're part of Spitting Image. I know it's a bit secret at the moment, so we're not going to go into exactly what you're doing, but the new Spitting Image features you, Lewis McLeod.
That's right, yeah. Well, you see, I was so chuffed. I don't know if it's been a kind of conflation of working on Radio 4. Matt Strong, the producer, has brought a fantastic team of writers over. And I've worked with Steve Connolly in the past, who's brilliant. He's a brilliant director, Steve. Worked with him on Rory Bremner and Bremner, Bird and Fortune.
Yes.
So over the years, because I'd sort of been just that bit too late to get my audition reel into Giles Pilbrow when it was the last series of Spitting Image. So I was kind of gutted that I didn't get it. And that was back in like 1995.
Right.
So I was really chuffed to get the chance to even audition for it. So I'm
overjoyed. I can't believe it.
And I dare say you will be doing quite a bit of Donald Trump. Can you do Biden? Because Biden's tougher. I've been listening to Biden.
The thing about what day is it? Where am I going with this? Listen, it's not that complicated. It's just
there's a lot of voices that have preamble. Like Boris has got the Prime Minister. You know, there's always the thinking noises that they do.
Well, Biden's got a bit of that going on as well.
And he never knows where. The great thing about Biden is he never knows where he is. Right?
No.
Where are you, Joe?
I'm somewhere. It's somewhere. 5 p.m. somewhere. Yeah, it's kind of, very, very much sort of, they become their own kind of caricature the more you do them. I mean, I used to do Trump, and I used to sound a bit weirdly like Alec Baldwin in the film Glengarry Glen Ross.
Yes. Yeah, but I remember you did a great thing around Parliament Square once, I seem to remember, where you actually looked a bit like Alec Baldwin as well.
It didn't really sound like Trump, the reaction. It's just one of these characters. You put the wig on and everything. You got the suit and the badge and everything, and and it's so I sort of matured into the voice a wee bit,
Yes.
Because it did. I listened to early Dead Ringers that I was on, and it doesn't sound like him, really.
Right. But
it's
also he almost now does an impersonation of himself, doesn't he? Because when he does that whole kind of, it's fake news, and he just lets it kind of.
Well, that's right. That sort of messianic thing, the wobble. But the sincere guy, the very serious guy is the one I sort of latched onto. Because
when you do the shouty one, it's kind of high. He's got quite a sort of range of voice. Trump, he kind of goes right the way up,
But this sort of guy down here, I find easier for me, and it's sort of what he does a lot,
Yeah. It's brilliant.
Working on it.
And I mean, watching Boris yesterday, Prime Minister's Questions, he did a lot of umming and ahhing and he wasn't quite sure how to deal with Angela Rayner, which I thought it'd be more dangerous for him in a way than Keir Starmer. I mean, I'm not even sure if he could ever do Sir Keir Starmer because he's so boring.
I'll tell you what, Duncan Wisby does a brilliant Keir. And it's when you see, because my colleagues that were pals, and when you see somebody, one of your mates doing it, you think, I'll just no bother with that one, you know. It's like Cameron, you know, he was tough for all of us. I know that.
Can you do Cameron? Give us a bit of Cameron.
No, not really. No. I don't know who I sound like, but it's just it's quite generic. But he's a really tough one. I think. Again, Duncan's got a belter, and so is Rory. Bremner's got a belter of a Cameron voice. It's really like him. But I've sort of, I mean, a few of the ministers. I mean, I have a go at, Rishi Sunak, and that sort of deeply earnest, sort of, and slight lisp. But I mean, I've always been kind of sort of interested in the sort of correspondence around about them for some reason. I've sort of found myself landing on that more. You know, Andrew Neil, people like that.
Yes. What about Ian Blackford? Can you do him? He seems to be the thorn in the side of almost everybody.
Well, again, on ringers, you're asking me to do other words I don't do. Well, no, he's the guy. Blackford's again. Duncan. We should have got Duncan on this one. But Blackford, no, I know. I don't actually do that many politicians. Bizarrely, I mean, I've got there's Alex Salmon that I used to do quite a lot.
That's great.
And both parties.
Right.
And
see you did at Musselburgh.
Musselburgh, that's it. Hibbies and all that troublemaking, all that football shenanigans. Yes, but I'm just kind of a higher hand. But I found out that I could do Mark Kermode just recently. I was just, tinkering, and I thought, that's not bad. And we ended up getting him on the programme. But it's all your competitors that I do.
Yeah, but that's fine. That's okay. Well, I mean, you can do me if you want, but you maybe not have enough time to study me. But I'm told by your brother Donald you can do him.
That's right, Donald. Well, he's in there, isn't he? Donald's. The thing about it is, and he's got genuine reason to be raging. I mean,
well, he hasn't made any money for about 6 months, has he? And with his lifestyle, I don't know how he's getting by, to be honest.
It's been pretty hairy up here in Scotland, certainly around the licence trade and what's going to happen next.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. Do you do any royals at all?
Oh, you're breaking up. You're breaking up there.
Do you do any royals?
Oh, yes, Andrew.
Oh, dear.
I don't party. I haven't partied. I don't really know what partying is. I mean, I can part my hair, but I don't.
Do you sweat, Your Royal Highness?
I don't sweat. It's sweaty Betty. I know all of these phrases, but really they don't apply to me. Hang on, I'm absolutely ringing. Somebody's poured everything out of my armpit. Yeah.
It's a great talent to have, Lewis. But have you found it in any way kind of changing or more difficult now in these very woke times where you're not really supposed to make fun of anyone unless you do it in a particular way?
You've got to constantly, well, exactly, Mike. You've got to really watch what you're saying. It's very, but then Trump's the hardest one, because even when you're satirising Trump, you could sort of find yourself in that Trump ballpark, and actually you've got to be careful because he's so divisive. And,
yes.
So I mean, actually, we just posted up a thing on Twitter yesterday where I made him Ash from Alien. Where I put there's a scene where his head's on the table, and I've just turned him into Trump, and you've got Sigourney Weaver going, "What was your secret order 937? You read it, you voted. I thought it was clear." So you put Trump in weird situations.
Yes,
it's not bad.
That's very funny.
And so I was thinking, well, what else could you put him in? And it's just like you get constant running gags with him, which is great. Right. Boris, obviously, I mean, how dare Cameron criticise me for missing 5 cobras? I was there on time every day at London Zoo. I make him a cartoon just because he does those things. He's got that but he's easier in a way because
he kind of does it for himself, doesn't he? Like you said.
Exactly. He does. That's the thing. They're a gift. Some of them, but of late they've been quite hard to kind of
cherry pick the best ones.
Well, it's like when people actually.
So dull, isn't it?
Well, it's when people also, when they say satire is actually genuinely dead, because you couldn't actually make up what's really going on. The real world is actually more bizarre than anything you could create, around it.
Yeah, I've been enjoying watching the news. Obviously, the late night news night. Kirsty Wark makes me laugh.
Yeah,
Kirsty Wark, because you were doing Kirsty Wark. If you've noticed with Kirsty Wark, she sort of transcends language now. She sort of speaks her own sort of dictum. She's getting sort of mumbled, and then she grabs the glasses, and that's when you get clarity.
Yeah,
she's a great character for anybody that's doing voices. I think Kirsty Wark. It's probably
right. And she's never to be you're never to be challenged, Kirsty. You can never be challenged.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm going to manage just mumble there and just sort of look at that. I'm sort of doing something quite robust. But actually, it's only when I put the glasses on. It's like Kenny Everett's ass in that Rod Stewart sketch. She get bigger and bigger every time she lunges for the glasses. Tom Bradby's another on ITV.
Yeah.
They're all quite eccentric.
Well, they are. What about Peston? I mean, Peston's a good one, isn't he? Can you do Peston?
He's got the pauses are getting longer. And when it comes back to Bradby, it's like he shouldn't be doing the news. It's like he's got that face. It's like, I can't believe this. And he always thinks, he'll do things like this. He'll go, right, look, now, okay. And he'll do this. He'll go, Peugeot.
He hasn't had any sleep for about 3 months, has he? Oh, he's going to suffer from insomnia, I think.
He's got that sort of, what is going on? Even at the end of the news, when we used to call it the happy donkey story.
Yeah.
We get the fluffy story at the end.
Right.
That does not make him laugh.
Right.
He's almost, he did it the other night there, and it was almost like he wanted to curl up his script and fling it in the bin,
right,
shaking his head and miming what what's going on here,
Exactly right. What about the football and the sort of sporty aspects of life? Do you do any of them?
I used to. I've talked sport. I've been doing lots of VOs over the years.
Yes.
Talk and selling the shows, putting out there. McLeod was one of the ones I definitely so superb. We always used to start by saying definitely so superb.
Ali, have you heard this story before? Ali, every time he hears the same story, he laughs the same way.
Superb, absolutely.
And obviously, got about Man United, well, quite absolutely. So Alex, wow, right then, and there was a few of them prior, although there was a few correspondents. We had a guy up there, Jerry McNee in Scotland. We used to have. Right. They used to say Jerry McNee, the voice of a football.
Yes. What about Jim? You can do Jim White probably, because he does. He used to do SCB.
Jim White. Well, that is really something. Let's go to the phone line. That's super duper marvelous. That's a great
sensational.
Sensational. I mean, really, that's something else, isn't it?
We're now actually simulcasting, because Jim White's actually in the studio behind me, right? Broadcasting as Jim White. You're now broadcasting as Jim White as well. It'd be great.
Well, maybe let's see if we can lip sync Jim White. Jim White, super duper.
You'll love that. It's brilliant stuff. Listen, when is Spitting Image on? When's the first one going out?
From what I'm told, it's October, early October. I think it might be the 3rd of October, maybe.
Okay.
It's really exciting, and it's a brilliant team of people. They've got Jess Robinson, Deborah Stevenson, Luke Kempner, Matt Ford, Billy West, big legend from America. Apparently, is doing some stuff. I mean, it's just a really brilliant team of people, and the production behind it's massive. You got Avalon doing great things. So fingers crossed, it's going to be a success for everybody.
Fantastic. Well, listen, I wish you luck. I'm sure you won't need it. As you can see, I've put the hat on. So can you give us, Mr. President, can you give us a farewell message and a good luck message, please?
I want to say this to the people of the world. As one hockey stick said to the other, let's get the puck out of here.